Alright, so I'm just your stupid dog. And this is a man's take. This is the man's take. But the title is Madam Yes Titty Grab. Madam Yes Titty Grab. He said, the man told me, he said, the name of this take. He's like, the dog. The name of this take is Madam Yes Titty Grab because. And then he went on to say, it's a mystery. Like the name of this take is Madam Yes Titty Grab. But he went on to say that it's a mystery along the lines of the M. Night Shyamalan movie, A Sixth Sense. A thriller with a shocking ending. Now, this is along the lines of the milieu. This is along the, whatever you say it would be, of the Johnny Depp movies. And I wish we would have made a Johnny Depp take out of this. But, hey, Johnny, sometimes they don't pick you. Sometimes, Johnny, you get left out. This should have been a Johnny Depp take, but instead it's a new kind of a freaky deaky thing. It's a M. Night Shyamalan. Shyamalama. I don't know what his name was. So, in this take, the man is standing at a wedding, which never happened. It's like a dream sequence. And Madam Yes is standing there in all her glory, her brunette, buxom, beautiful, thin-waisted glory. She was older in the movie. She had to be chronologically older, but she looked like she was 21 or 22. And she was getting married to the man, which they never got married. You know all this. Our loyal adherents know Madam Yes and the man never got married, even though they had this intense love affair where the man was always, getting trampled upon and Madam Yes was always doing the trampling. Anyways, in this dream sequence, he's in this wedding. And at some point, the man's standing there with Madam Yes after the ceremonies. They say, make a speech, make a speech. One of the man's best friends staggers up. He might have been the best man. I don't even think he was the best man. I think he was the third best man. And he makes this off-the-wall, drug-induced, really freaky-deaky speech that everyone's like, oh, my God, watch somebody put a butterfly net over this guy and haul him off. Put this guy in a padded wagon and take him to a padded room. Because this guy's speech, that's the way it was like. But anyways, during this episode, during this period where like 70, 80 was a house wedding. It was a beautiful house wedding. They spent $15,000 on this house wedding. They had a DJ. They had a caterer. They had, parking? Where they do the parking where some guy takes your car and you got to give him $10 once he gives you your keys back. He pulls your car up. I forget what they call that kind of a parking. It's not off-street parking. Valet parking. They had it all. They had decorations. They had specialists. They had everything going on for themselves. They imported from New York City the caterer. She insisted that they import her lesbian partner to make the wedding cake. This was a true blue tour de force. But right in the midst of all this dancing and singing and celebration and toasts and all this shit, the man and Madam Yes are standing there, and for some reason he reaches out. As he's about to speak to the crowd, he reaches out, he just grabs hold of her left boob. They were standing there. She was standing there facing the crowd. She was on the crowd's right. She was on the man's left. He reached across the left boob and grabbed the right boob, a big, meaty handful of boob. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But there was an M. Light Shyamalan kind of a twist to this whole thing. But there was clues. You should have picked up on the clues. All the adherents and all the wedding, whatever you say, what do you call the attendees? The wedding attendees and all our own, the dog, the man, whatever, the dog post adherents, they should have known there was an M. Night Shyamalan thriller shocking ending. And there were some of the clues, okay? First clue. There was, we announced it. Okay, we announced it. We announced that there's a M. Night Shyamalan, so you should be on the lookout. It's not like you're watching Columbo, you know? It's not like the Rockford Files, okay? It's not like Barney Miller, okay? It's not like Kojak, you know what I'm saying? It's not like Mrs. Patterson or whatever that thing is from Europe that no one watches. The second clue that this had a really weird, thriller, shocking ending that would surprise you was the creepy, eerie tone. Now, I don't know if we've accomplished a creepy, eerie tone, but just substitute this kind of rapscallion-esque, horseradish-esque manure for a creepy tone. This is kind of a creepy tone, okay? All right, then. The other thing was forest for the trees clues, okay? So the kid in the M. Night Shyamalan movie with that whole thing where it was like, the thing of, what was the movie where M. Night Shyamalan did this thing? Sixth Sense. The little kid says, I see dead people. So this whole take is an M. Night Shyamalan thing along the lines of the Sixth Sense, where there's this really creepy, weirdo, never anticipated surprise ending. Okay? The little kid says, in a forest for the trees, kind of a clue. It would be like the third clue. I see dead people. You know? And then maybe that would be, in our case, the little kid would say, I grab boobs involuntarily. I grab boobs. Maybe that would be a clue, the third clue. But maybe the fourth clue would be, I don't know. The boob didn't know her boob. Okay. The boob grabbee. This is the fourth clue. The boob grabbee didn't acknowledge. She probably had to know her boob was grabbed. It was Madam Yes. She was standing there. She was standing to the left of the man. The audience saw it as standing to the right of the man. The man, looking at the audience, saw it as standing to the left of the man. He bypassed the woman's, Madam Yes's. This was like the fifth clue. It's like fifth clue B. The woman. It's like, what? The woman? Who's the woman? I don't know. It's supposed to be Madam Yes. Anyways, he bypassed Madam Yes's right boob, standing next to him from his vantage point, her right boob, grabbed the left boob. The audience saw it as he bypassed the left boob, he grabbed the right boob. Or Madam Yes, during this big wedding celebration. But maybe it was the sixth thing, I don't even know which one it was. The boob grabbee, Madam Yes, she didn't either know, but she certainly did not acknowledge that her boob had just been grabbed in front of 70 wedding attendees. So that would be that's like an M. Night Shyamalan kind of a clue that you don't pick up on right there, because you're like, oh my God, did he just grab her boob involuntarily? He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. The man's like, oh my God, I cannot believe. Anyways, so I don't know what this clue is like. Even though there are 70 witnesses, direct, staring at the whole thing, witnesses, Madam Yes didn't acknowledge that her boob had been grabbed. And then you realize at the end, the last sequence, the last scene, you realize that it's not really Madam Yes who's standing next to the man. The man, this is like a dream sequence. He's like waking up from a dream within a dream. And he says, oh my God, I thought I grabbed Madam Yes's boob, but then when I come to myself and I see what I really did, I grabbed Madam Yes's mom's boob in front of 70 people during this wedding celebration. So, in other words, Madam Yes was standing there by her uncle, and that was the whole freaky thing. We don't know what was going on between those two. But the man standing there making this big announcement. Somebody gave a toast that was like a toast from hell. Everybody thought this toast is a toast from hell. And then he's like, hey, everybody, I want to draw your attention to this. The best man, the third best man, the second best man, all these guys were making these toasts. He's like, I want to draw your attention. And as soon as they all looked at him, he reached out and grabbed his mother-in-law's big, ginormous boob. They were standing there looking at it. On the audience's sense, he grabbed her right boob. In his sense, he grabbed her far left boob. In public, 70 witnesses. He had to apologize. The man was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just grabbed in public my mother-in-law. Why did I grab it? Why did I grab my mother-in-law's boob? Why did I grab during my wedding ceremony? Why did I do it? And then apologize. Everybody's like, oh my God, we're going to let it go. They were like, we got to let that go. Either that or we got to go out and lynch him. We got to go lynch the man. I'll be a stupid dog. I wasn't there for any of this. This is all my dog remembrance. They left me in a kennel. They put me in a kennel. They didn't let me go to this wedding. This was a dream sequence, so it didn't even happen anyways. I really wasn't in a kennel. But this is how weird it gets. This is how effed up it all gets.